Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so sorry for. I don't know why we had such an ad wall happening right there like that. I'm going to assume I did something wrong. Because I manually told it to run an ad break during the startup sequence because I was like, you know what? There's nothing happening. You're not going to miss anything. May as well just get it so that way the pre-rolls are off. But then for some reason, as soon as that ad break was done, it started another ad break. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. I do apologize for that. But anyhow, welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. It is back to our usual Sprout Sunday. Oh, I'm doing some weird stuff. Sorry. I'll try to move my cursor to another screen to see if I'd fixed my cursor issue. It does not look like I fixed the cursor issue. We are back to still just having the cursor show up on a different screen than what I'm currently on. So I do apologize. I will try my best anytime that I'm doing a tutorial to watch where I have my cursor at and everything like that. But it is Sprout Sunday. We are here at Lala Live with Boba for today. And Boba is a little past the sylphs, not very far past the sylphs. We had our second parade return to the Waking Sand, and we have been doing some investigation to figure out what is going on in Little Alamigo. Because we are suspecting that the Almalja aren't necessarily doing nothing out there. We still have some things that are happening, and we want to figure out what's going on. We want to gain their trust, so that way we can help the people out there and make sure that we don't have any more temperings happening. So let's go ahead and proceed so that way we can continue on with this MSQ. We haven't made it very far into the Little Alamigo stuff. Hey, Levy. We're not very far into Little Alamigo. We're away from annoying Alphino, for the time being at least. We did see him briefly just before all of this, but we are away from him at the moment. Anyhow, we are going to report our findings to Minfilia, just so we keep her up to date, because we don't have someone like Thancred with us this time, keeping her apprised of the situation. So Minfilia's like, welcome back, Boba. How fares the investigation? And I'm like, okay, they're not being very forthcoming at the moment. They don't want to talk to me. They don't trust me, which I can't blame them. I'm a Lalafell, and Little Alamigo's not that far from Ul'dah. And I mean, those Lalafells in Ul'dah, like, I can't blame them for not trusting me. I can't blame them. And Ophelia is like, I see, given all they have suffered, it is little wonder that Alamigan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They've had their homeland taken from them, and for the past few decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. How it matters, none of the three city-states have the means to take in all of those who were displaced. As a result, many great Alamigans now live in the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Well, yeah, like I get not being able to take all of them in, but like if you have like, I don't know, they need to figure something out for all these refugees, you know? Would it be that could be done to ease their, or would that more that could be done to ease their art? Let me try that again. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships? I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. Well, yeah, obviously that would be the ideal solution, is giving them back their homeland. That makes the most sense. But in the meantime, at least we need to do something for them. They've been suffering for decades and just struggling to even get by. Like, we need to help them. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there's an Alamigan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Oh, yes, that would be helpful. let me scale this window so we can see everything on here a little bit better on screen. For anybody that is new here that happened to miss what I did, I am a mouse and keyboard player. So I right-clicked and selected scale window, and then you can in individual UIs, such as this select a reward window, you can change it individually here. You can change it on a greater scale in the system configurations, but I like to do it more on an individual scale because I don't want everything to be huge, right? Like, I only want things I actually want to be focused on to be larger. Now, for those of you that are on like large TVs and stuff like that, you might want to have like a baseline setting of having everything being upscaled, but there might be, again, instances where you want individual things upscaled that maybe doesn't show up in the HUD layout menu, like this select a reward thing. If you are working on controller, I believe if you hit L3 and R3 at the same time, I think is what it was. I can't remember. It's 2 buttons at the same time on your controller. In order to get that same right-clicking effect happening on the window, to then get the scale window option and adjust that. But yeah, I like being able to do it individually on things to make them a little bit bigger. Some things I like them to be really ridiculously large, but something like this, at the very least, viewable on screen is least ideal. These pieces are not any better than what I am wearing at the moment, so I'm just going to go with some Gil. And now we need to try to get to know this Alamegan member of the Scions. So that way, hopefully, they will give us an in with the people of Little Alamigo, because as I said, I do not blame those people for not trusting me. I mean, not only am I an outsider, I don't know their hardships, but also I'm a little Lalafell. I look like I came from Ul'dah. I look like I haven't dealt with the hardships that they are dealing with. I look like I could be scheming against them very easily, like many people of Ul'dah. So I get it. They're not going to trust me. So it's better to have... Like, I don't know why Menphilia didn't suggest this to begin with. But, no. Your Alamegan comrade is named Herbert. He joined our cause in hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. That makes sense. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Herbert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in a storage area. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. She might have just been trying to give him a moment's respite before jumping into the next thing. But she still probably could have... I don't know. It's not like them being wary was necessarily new information. Like, I'm pretty sure that was information that we knew before I even went there. So why did she waste her time with sending us without him? Just doesn't make sense to me. She's not making sense. Oh, it's this guy. This guy with the chocobo looking hair. Okay. Like, he seriously looks like he's super buff and everything, but his hairstyle, I'm like, he trying to be a chocobo? Is that what's happening with his hair? If it is a Boba Boki, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I could do for you? Well, yes, I need you to give me an in with the Alamegans. You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. Okay, yeah, so he gets it. He seems to understand that this is kind of a challenge. He's like, wait, you're trying to go in here. You're trying to make buddy with these people. Like, they don't trust people. Like, even me, they probably wouldn't trust me. So, yeah. I would like nothing more than to help. I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. That's a bummer, man. That's a real bummer. But it's like they don't care what his reasons are for joining the Scions. They're like, no, you abandoned us. You left the Resistance. We don't, like, just to completely abandon him for that. Like, that's gotta be hard. Now, while I may have no more friends at the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Okay. I mean, at least there's that. Like, he himself may not be able to help, but at least he's like, you know what? I do know of some people. Yes, I did make this window absolutely ridiculously huge. Like, I think it's at 200%. Yes, it's at 200%. I want it to stick out in my face to say something about Aetheryte tickets. Just as a casual reminder for anybody who's further along to make sure you do your stuff to get various Aetheryte tickets. They will save you so much on your teleports. Okay, this chick. Oh, she definitely, like, she is buff, so she's, yeah, definitely Alamigan. You want me to introduce you, the Resistance? Yes, I do. Am I not adorable or cute enough? Is that the problem? Why the hell would I do that? Give me just one reason. A buddy that I just talked to, he's the reason. But Harabird sent you? That worthless Whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the galls to ask me for a favor? Oh, that is a fun challenge from Cookie. Like, I feel like that is totally interesting to do that. Like, just to manually run around everywhere, even if it's by mount, and not use the Aetherites at all. That's interesting. I know I would love to do something like that, but I know I would get so frustrated after a while, especially if it got to a point where I was like, oh, I need to be hitting up time nodes for stuff. No way. I would probably cry a bit. Like, not even just trying to get to them within that specific window and stuff. Like, even if I had everything timed out perfectly for, oh, I had time to travel by foot from time node at this minute mark to that time node at that minute mark, I would just be like, nope, I'm done running around. Done. But I especially like it for doing, like, MSQ and stuff because you get to see so much more that way, I feel like. Just running around and taking in all of the sights. So nice. Oh yeah, like, like I feel like Heavensward. Those zones were just absolutely massive in Heavensward, and then you have all the extra layers and various places that you're jumping through, and Stormblood and Endwalker going from literal other parts of the world to the other. Like, yeah, that I could totally see that taking so long. Like, Shadowbringer's not bad, but Stormblood, oof. Some of that, especially at any point where you have to go back and forth, would take a little bit. And then Endwalker, oh gosh, Endwalker would take a long time. Yeah, that is a good starting point for a challenge like that. Limsa is pretty well central for everything. I think that would be better than starting in either of the other two. I personally, my heart just stays at Gridania so much with my starting classes because I love how green and lush everything is. I would say Limsa is my second favorite starting point, mostly because I like a lot of the classes that start off in Limsa. I honestly, very few of my alts started in Ul'dah. Very, very, very few of them. Most of my characters either start in Gridania or Limsa. Vast majority of them probably start in Limsa just because I prefer the starting classes there. And I like unlocking Rogue really early. So if you start Limsa, you could unlock Rogue super fast because you're already right there. But I love how lush and green everything is in Gridania. And the starting classes in Gridania are pretty great. Yeah, Limsa seems to be a pretty good central hub for just about everything. Plus, there's also all those boats. So even if you're still avoiding all of the Aetherites and all that stuff, you could still get to certain locations pretty quickly with all those boats and stuff that they have in Limsa. I feel like that helps so much. Ul'dah, I feel like it's harder to get to other places. There are a couple smaller boats in Gridania, but it's not like they have the big giant ports that Limsa has. So yeah, I think you definitely made the right choice as far as for your challenge run where you started at, starting off in Limsa. So good. Yeah, I do remember having that issue a lot was until unlocking flying, because I somewhat tried to avoid teleporting with my main character years and years ago when I leveled her, just because I was trying hard to save on the gil, and like coming from playing World of Warcraft more immediately when I started my main character, I was not used to teleporting places to save things. I was used to going by foot, or at the very least using something like a chocobo transporter, because there you would just use the wyverns or the griffins to fly yourself from one location to another, which essentially works like the chocobo transporters. But yeah, I remember doing a lot of that in Heaven's Ward because I didn't want to teleport to places. Nowadays, I know that they throw so much gil at you that it's like you may as well use the teleports, especially early on when things are still relatively close to each other. And it was even more worth it before they removed that gil cap on teleports, but they removed that gil cap, and I'm like, I hate that they removed that gil cap, but I also get it. Yeah, that is totally something that makes it worth it. Because I feel like I know quick ways to get to various places in Heaven's Ward, as well as a Realm Reborn. I've probably forgotten a lot of the Realm Reborn paths, though, just because of just being too spoiled by immediately unlocking flying after you hit, or after you finish the Realm Reborn story. And not as much with the Heaven's Ward stuff, but I think it was finally in Stormblood with how much you had to go back and forth between different places was when I finally started caving and using teleports. So I might know some quick locations for Stormblood, but probably not too many. As far as MSQ goes, right here, I am going to take a stab in the dark here because keep in mind it has been forever. Like it's been so long since I last ran MSQ on an alt, and this woman here is like he abandons his comrades, his woman, and now has the gall to ask me for a favor. I'm assuming she is the woman that he abandoned. Like, that is just my assumption. Like, he has the gall to ask her for a favor after abandoning her. I'm like, I mean, I guess that's fair, but he also seemed pretty confident that she's going to help us. I realized Herbert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Beffred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he could give you what you need. Oh yes, Beffred! I forgot all about this guy. Hi, dude. Hi, shirtless dude. And he needs help tending a wounded brother. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm a conjurer. So I could totally help in tending the wounds of people. So, or I'm sorry, I'm not a conjurer. I'm a white mage at this point. So I have met Fred, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Okay, I thought it was going to be someone running up and saying that not to trust me or something like that, just because they could. Because I feel like that has been the way of things. Like, I'm still waiting for, like, Papalimo and Ida to come in and try to ruin crap. Because, you know, that's just how they like to roll. Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone as His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it! I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees, and begged, and they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarterville cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albretta. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. Okay, I guess I'll go talk to her or whatnot, but I'm a white mage. Why can't I help? One of my friends is bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's not I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all. That'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been a quarry mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who could help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Again, I am a conjurer? Now white mage? Surely I got some sway. You wish to aid the Almegans. You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes. Hey, Euler. Be they babes at the breasts or men grown, are judged of a night whether they have made place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegan's petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever it has been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Right. I love that she's like talking to me like so she doesn't know me. We're of the same guild and everything, but whatever. That's how it's to be then. The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Put on the elementals and split on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Hey, Lethal! Oh, how's the road trip going? I led my men to cut. Good. I'm so glad that you're having a good time. I know I'm not a huge fan of long trips. Yes, like I would be so exhausted, especially if it's a really, really long road trip. And especially with these gas prices. Like, oh my goodness, I cannot even imagine. But stay safe as you're traveling. Be very, very careful. Stay out of accidents and all that stuff. And hopefully you don't have any people around you that got road rage or anything like that. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. You too, Lethal. Take care. Instead, we found a difference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, a long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with this poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. Okay. That was... Whoops. I accidentally hit Control instead of Shift. Getting used to a different mouse. Still. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with this mouse. But still take a little getting used to. But try to take things out as quickly as I possibly can with my stick. Not thrilling or exciting by any means whatsoever, but hopefully going to keep getting more horns. As I do this, like one of the things I started doing here recently is I started playing a little bit of World of Warcraft again. Because I've wanted to game with my husband. He's really, really been wanting to play World of Warcraft again. And I was like, you know what? That actually does sound interesting. Let's try it out. And right now we're doing just the free trial stuff, which is not nearly as extensive as Final Fantasy XIV's. But you can at least get like to level 20 and everything. So we've been doing that, and what has been taking me the most to get used to is looting. I constantly forget to loot things. I'm like, I'm so used to Final Fantasy XIV where it's like, you automatically loot. Like, I still have it set up in World of Warcraft that, I do automatically loot everything if I remember to click on it. I just gotta actually remember to click on it, and I never remember to click on it afterwards. And it especially doesn't help that I decided to play mage. So most of the time I'm not even by my target or anything like that. And I'm like, give me just a second here. I am going to go into talk mode real quick. I'm going to change my monitor settings real quick because everything is like really, really dark on my screen. And I want to change some settings here so I could see things a little bit better. Let's see. Everything is just way, way too dark. Like, I couldn't even see where I was going on that path. Oh, and now I changed a setting where I can't see anything whatsoever. Um, let's try this again. I'm like, I I need to be able to see. Okay, let's go back to game here. There we go. That looks so much better. Just being able to see things. Gotta be able to see where you're driving, right? Like, I get it. I get it. In Eorzea, it is dark and nighttime out. But also, I bought a motorbike with some headlight. Need to be able to see. Just needed to adjust some settings with my screen and everything so I could actually, like, properly see. Oh, hey, it's our buddy Buscarin. Ah, Boba, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no morrow. No doubt. Got something to show me? Yeah, I've got these horns. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy, and Alamegan Fred once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarrymill? Ha! So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Well, good. I think that's really nice of him to be like, oh yeah, I could totally just make this up for you real quick, and but also I could just give you what's in my stores rather than turning this, excuse me, into anything. Shrink my map down. And just kind of have it up over to the side so we can see exactly where I'm going. A little even better than just fixing the colors on my screen. Yo, dude, I got your medicine. As well to see you returned, have you the medicine for our brother? Well, yes, I do. God's bless you, adventurer. I'll see that the galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Okay, so that's Disciple of Ford. I'm a Disciple of Magic, so not going to be able to wear the Disciple of War stuff. That's why that's red for me. But I can wear these goat skin wristbands. Hitting control is just going to show me what is high quality. The shops are only going to have normal quality, but you can manage to, if you're a crafter or have a crafting friend, could potentially get high quality, or you could buy high quality off the market board. Personally, I don't find it at these levels necessarily worth it to worry about high quality gear, unless you really want to, or for some reason you have a quest turned in that's requiring high quality gear. Mind you, high quality gear it's nice. It comes with better stats and everything like that. And eventually I do see where high quality is 100% and totally worth it. But unless it's like at my level, I'm not going to have a high quality or a high level crafter is going to be able to quickly and easily make high quality crafting stuff. However, if I were on my main character that's level 100 on all the crafters and everything like that, it's very short, quick button presses to get that to be high quality. So it's like, in those cases, if you are feeding from one character to another, sure, go ahead and make it high quality. But I am not doing that in this case. I'm trying for the pure Sprout experience. Of course. So Mefford says that adventurer Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. So we just got him this medicine and now he's gone missing? Are we for real right now, sir? He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him and quickly. Start by asking Albreda. There might be as the woman seen something. I like that his first instinct is constantly to send me back to her. And when I first came to her for help, she sent me to him. Like, they're just kind of ping-ponging me back and forth, it kind of seems like. Ah, finally. About time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me the sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. Yeah, like it, I feel like, especially getting those 10 levels on Crafter going from 90 to 100 or even 80 to 90 and all that stuff, it honestly doesn't take all that long with Crafters and Gatherers, especially when it's like, you're just going 10 levels at a time and are like just already have a routine down. Like, it goes so fast. But yeah, getting all the other classes and stuff can take quite some time, especially depending on strategy and how they try to force you to pace it, whereas I don't feel like they try to force you to pace Crafters and Gatherers whatsoever. Honestly, at this point, I kind of think they've intentionally created so many ways to be able to binge it that that's the route that most people go with Crafters and Gatherers, is they binge it and level it all. Personally, I don't like to binge all the levels at once, but doing like 10 levels at a time, totally not bad. And yeah, Fisher could go so fast, especially with ocean fishing. I loved ocean fishing when I was leveling my Fisher initially. The last 10 levels, I actually think because I was trying to build up scripts and stuff because I wanted to be able to meld my gear and everything anyway. So because I wanted to get all of those scripts and everything like that, I think I just fished up collectibles. It wasn't fun by any means, but I remember doing a whole bunch of fishing on the moon, and not with the current cosmic exploration or any of that stuff. But I did so much collectible fishing just so I could have a whole bunch of scripts, so that way I could get materia and meld my gear that way. But otherwise, outside of ocean fishing, I like spear fishing, especially since they added that changed it to be that mini game. Like, that little mini game is so much fun. I especially like the here's where they create gear where they utilize aether sand that comes from reducing fishing collectibles that you can fish the collectibles from spearfishing. Those are my favorite. Yeah, that's totally fair, Euler. Like, I feel like quite a few people have a tendency to binge it as a nothing to do, and like man, really wish I hadn't done that all at once. I did it as I binged like 3 of them, and then I just completely burned myself out, and that was not fun. Uh, yeah, I did that for a long time too. Especially like I know exactly what you're talking about in Ruby Sea. I love that spearfishing spot. I did that for a long time, and then there was actually Aether Sand that was needed. I believe it was actually with Endwalker gear, like the first tiers battle gear. Um, those I think it was the same nodes too. That you fish those collectibles, and then when you reduce them down, you would get the Aether Sand that was needed for making that gear. And I ended up stocking up on so much of that Aether Sand because it was just so much fun. But yeah, I do like those spearfishing locations in the Ruby Sea. Like, I feel like those ones are so fun. That's probably my favorite place to do it. Okay. Let's read this letter from this guy. So Albreda is going to read it to us. She's like, "My brothers, I cannot bear the burden, or bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo." I feel like custom deliveries, I still find good reason to do custom deliveries because it gives you more options for really optimizing getting your scripts quickly and easily. So I still recommend doing custom deliveries. I really badly need to catch up on the Dawn Trail ones. But especially since with all of your custom delivery folks, they rotate a bit at random as far as who gets the bonuses each week. It gives you, like, the more of them that you have ranked up to max, the more options you have for getting those max scripts. And yeah, like all those rewards too, like getting the honeybee title. My favorite to this day is still getting L-Tool. Like, she is my favorite mount. I have that mount on quite a few of my alt characters because L-Tool's best. But yes, I highly recommend it. But you can, like, if you are doing crafter scripts and all that stuff, you can stock up on command materia. Command materia, not only are you probably going to burn through it if whenever upgrade your crafting gear and stuff, if you have if you want to pentameld your gear or anything like that, but there are people like me that will want to pentameld their gear, but also don't want to grind all the scripts that are needed for the commanding materia, and that materia can go for like last time that I bought some, they were going for 20,000 gil a pop. So because they go just for one, and that is the grade 11, I believe, was going for that much. Like, it's typically going to be your odd levels, the ones that are for your advanced pentamelding or your advanced melding techniques to put into the additional slots. People burn through those so easily, especially like on the rings. Getting that 5th slot, they only have a 5% chance of success, so they are going to burn through hundreds of that materia. So if you need something to dump your scripts on, that is one thing that you can't do. Otherwise, other things that could potentially sell on the market board, like I would just take a look at the market board and see what could potentially sell. Yeah, I know if I needed to dump scripts and everything like that, I would, like, every time I need to dump scripts, actually, I just end up getting materia because I feel like I am always in need of that crafting materia, especially. A little bit on the gathering materia, but not as much as the crafting materia because I feel like the gathering materia for some reason it's just more accessible. But yeah. Yeah, yeah, I did not keep my materia expense down the last time. I think I spent over 10 million gil on materia, and that was even with decently stocking up with scripts and all that stuff. Like, I spent so much on materia. It hurt. It hurt. Albreda here is kicking herself. She's just like, oh no, had I known that this guy was just going to run off on his own and be like, you know what, I don't want to be a burden anymore. I need to get away and not be a burden to you guys anymore. You guys can continue to Alamigo by yourselves. She would have stopped it on her own. That is also a good thing to do, Gular. Like, especially with like the first set in the expansion, I tend to use the materia from the previous expansion. And I have a tendency to, in slots where I see that I need, like, for instance, like if I need more control, but I don't need very many points before capping, I just use whatever I have on hand. Rather than trying to get my hands on some of that older material, because I do have a ton of Endwalker materia because of Island Sanctuary. Like, it's so easy to get your hands on so much materia from Island Sanctuary by itself. And typically I go ahead and just keep my hands on it. Sometimes I will try to mash it and everything, but I don't mash it most of the time if I have crafting stuff, just because the crafting stuff as it is more valuable than if it were to become a tenacity materia, you know? Sometimes, yes, I do also spend my cowies on dyes. It kind of depends on what I'm necessarily doing. I haven't flipped any Island Sanctuary dyes on the market. At least personally. I'm not a huge market board flipper. I'm more of a hoarder. So I'm like, I end up hoarding materia if I need to spend the cowies on something, because I'm like, I know they will eventually get used. But I still also keep a decent stock of cowies just in case. And then I end up, if I know I'm going to need certain dyes, then I go ahead and purchase those dyes. Oh, nice. Nice, Cookie. Nice. All right, so Albrita's like, the love Gallium bears for his brothers is so strong he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Well, of course I wasn't going to make that mistake. And the thing is I'm pretty sure that guy knew that too. And he did it. Like, I'm going to switch classes here so that way my glamour reapplies. But like, if he's as injured as they're claiming and everything, like, of course he knew that it was suicide. He just doesn't want to be a burden on them anymore. Like, out in the wilds, alone? That fool. That great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. I mean, wasn't that already the plan? I thought that was already the plan. Like, we were supposed to go out and find him. We just had to ask her real quick, see if she had any idea where he went. What? This dude. Why is he in a cave with a bunch of... It's like he wanted to, like... He just wanted to go. And there's a goblin. Hi, Gobby. Hi, Gobby. Get away from him. You come over here. Come over here, Gobby. I'm not gonna lie, I was not 100% sure if my side casting was actually going to properly get me out of things there. There we go. Alright. Alright. What is this dummy now? Okay. Like stumbling around and everything. Galleon! Captain! But why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We are Almegans, and Almegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it, the oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing, you'll wish we didn't find you. Yeah, that'll teach him. That'll teach him. He was basically committing suicide. And you're like, yeah, we found you. And you're going to wish we hadn't found you. Because we're going to thrash you. And that's going to teach you that you just want to stick with us forever and ever. Because why wouldn't you? Like, what does he think that's going to teach the guy? I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I'll see you back at Quarry Mill. Sure. Sure. You guys run off ahead. And I'll just, you know, I'll just get on my motorcycle with Alpha here. Yeah, Alpha. Really, Alpha's escorting me, not the other way around. Too cute and adorable. Like, even though I have to be, like, I can't, like, reach pedals or anything like that. I have to be, like, lunged forward on this thing. I can't even properly sit in the seat or anything. But that doesn't matter. Got Alpha. And Alpha's adorable. Okay. It's not like I got that guy standing over here. Unless that's him sitting over there. No, that's not. That dude's bald. That dude's partially bald. That's not him. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here until he's strong enough to take the road ahead. As much as I must like this place, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, that's true. You can. Oh, hey, glamour prism. Dude, I like you. You gave me a glamour prism. I feel like that was totally worth it. He could have had me run here, there, and everywhere. Gave me a glamour prism. He wants me to look as pretty as possible. I'm okay with that. Alright, he wishes to repay my kindness. Dude, you gave me a glamour prism. You're already all good, man. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something from me. Yeah? You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. Cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo. That's all. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show Grindelwald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. So far, the impression with the Alamegans, it's like intimidating to those who don't know him, but takes care of their own. Like that. Like, I like that he gives that description. It's like that. Which ones of you does that not describe so far? That's all of you. That is all of you. Every last one of you. intimidating, but you'll take care of each other. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say that telling a guy who was basically running off on his own, that way, what's a burn on you guys, that, oh, I'll give you a thrashing so good you'll wish we had found you. Like, was that not supposed to be intimidating? Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. I has a letter. Here. You spoke with Meffred. It's been so long since I last heard from him. I'd feared him dead. Both be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know that I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. Oh yes, that's right. We knew the Asians were coming over here and trying to stir some shit up. Because when are they not everywhere and trying to stir it up? Grindelwald is willing to share with you what he knows of the masked stranger, okay? An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting with him in secret. Why? Why? No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts. Or their trysts. Yeah, their trysts. But they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obligated to talk. Okay. I got so many people for me to talk to. Okay. Right, this chick, she's just looking at her daggers like that. Is that not intimidating? Does that scream warm and fuzzy? This woman just staring at a dagger and moving it around? Grindelwald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh. You don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me not to think I'm in for it. Alright, what about this guy? A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Okay. I mean, did everybody in the camp, like, actually get word that, like, they could actually talk to me? Okay, I'm misremembering. There's not one up here. Back down. Yes, here we go. They're both down here. Okay. What? Have I been beating any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have. Well, be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for him. I know that was text, but I feel like that guy was being sarcastic. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious. Like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it. And that there's trouble. Mark me word. Okay. So for those of you that were on commercial break there, do apologize there. I did go ahead and finish talking to the people while you were viewing the commercials. But pretty much no one here had anything important to tell me other than they knew that the masked man is nothing but trouble. And they got nothing to do with it. That's basically the too long to read version of what just happened with those 4 different NPCs. They have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whenever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I could see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, That same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo, not what to do, but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got a revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tomb. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would like you to bring word to me. Right? I mean, the thing is if you were this worried about it before, why were you so skeptical of me? Like, that especially considering I came up and said that, or was specifically asking about a masked man. Like, I guess I'm gonna grab that one because that one has the highest vendor price. Because I could heal myself. I guess I could have grabbed Aethers. But also I have lucid dreaming, so so long as I notice if my mana pool is going down, I use my lucid dreaming, I shouldn't need an Aether. So I'm just gonna go with whatever vendors the most, even though it's not very much kill. Okay, so Lilrid wants me, okay? So Rimfing has a message for me. All right, what have we got, Rimfing? What have we got? Okay, hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? Yes, I am. I've got a message for you from Lilrid. That's something of a leader among the young ones here. Yeah, okay. He's impressed that you won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over the craggy area north of here. Okay. How? It just kind of feels suspicious to me. But okay. Okay. I'll go there. Once I remember the way out of here. I feel like in this area, I always forget the way out. Like, they always have to make these little dunes and stuff hard to navigate and stuff. Another reason why I don't like doing stuff in Old Daw. Like, I feel like my brain just doesn't want to operate that way for some reason. I don't know why. It's just like, nah, don't want to. This dude has a giant-sized sword. That sword's bigger than I am. Why should I trust this guy? Thanks for coming, friend. There's no ordinary outsider who could gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you to discuss something in private. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of the direction I expected. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you or someone else? Like, wants to know why I'm snooping. Like, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Pearl got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her. Yeah. Yeah, that totally is the fastest way to get to Mordona without those Aetherites. That's about the only time I was like, I will go from the Thanaland areas, but otherwise I'm like, I also had to spend some time in Northern Thanaland for collecting some stuff for free company submarines and stuff, but fortunately I haven't had to gather those materials in quite some time, so fortunately I'm not spending all of my time in Northern Thanaland farming a whole bunch of stuff. I hate going into the tunnels. Hate it. You're stronger than you look. What do you mean I'm stronger than I look? Do I not look strong? Like, don't I look like the embodiment of a badass? Super tough? but take out everyone's kneecaps and stuff? Like, do I not? Do I just not have that look about me? It's the glasses, isn't it? Totally the glasses. Takes away all the intimidation level of my character here. Like, it makes me look like I am just a big old softy. It's just the glasses. Because, I mean, especially the bun ears. Those are super intimidating. The fact that I'm like 2 feet tall. Super intimidating. I mean, who wouldn't be scared of a little munchkin that's 2 feet tall? That's shorter than the sylphs. Like, who wouldn't be scared of that? This changes nothing. Threaten us. Beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. Wow, that is not going to go well. That's not going to go well. Like, I'm not going to beat you bloody senseless or anything like that, but... like... doing stuff with those masked men, that's not a good idea. That's a very, very bad idea. Super bad idea. Of course, my brain saw that part of the cave and was like, oh yeah, it goes all the way down. Even though I see nowhere on the map that it goes all the way down. I said my brain just does not like these caves. It's just like, nah. I mean, honestly, the caves are, like, given their positioning and everything like that with the Empire and all that stuff, like, it makes sense. It makes sense. You don't want the Empire to be able to easily breach your safety location and stuff anyway, but... Alright. Packed by Wilred and his cronies, that they would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Well, yeah, I agree, but they obviously aren't going to trust me. Now, I'm not going to get this cloak because it is one of those ones that also takes the head slot, and I hate those. I hate them. Hate them. Tired of them. And even though I can't wear that Disciple of War one, I can eventually wear that on Rogue. So I am going to go ahead and pick that up for Rogue just in case I don't have anything for it. I may as well. That way I don't have to spend the gil on the gear later. Alright, so Gundabald needs our help to rake in the young ones. Because yeah, they're crazy. They're being crazy. I mean, how could they not be intimidated by me at all? Like, I don't understand this. I mean, I come up this guy's kneecaps perfectly. I mean, surely that is the epitome of fear, right? How close you are to someone's kneecaps? Borod mentioned gaining a power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Exactly, Hooler. Exactly. I could take out some kneecap. They should be intimidated. Gundabald! I... Alright. Bertliana. That's preserved. What happened? Took me a second to figure out how to pronounce her name there. I was out foraging when a corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they sob. The whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Red. He saw me outside. He was so angry. I must send to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. Fear they may do something rash. Poor girl. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's figure out what these other youngins are planning on doing. Okay, we have a map of Benrock. Okay. Which Stanrock is all this area down here. Okay. That could be helpful information. But okay, what else can we ascertain as far as what's happening here? All right, well, Red, what do you got? Almighty Ralgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you to lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again, but you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Oh, dear God, child. Oh, God. We're not going to be suffering Ralgar. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low to change the world for the better. This is level 27? Possibly 28. So it's still significantly behind where I'm at in level, because I am 35 at the moment. But still pretty early on. Might be as Gundobald's content to eke out an existence of musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? So this one is, let's see, yeah, 27. So Big Trouble and Little Alamigo is the specific quest that I am on for MSQ, but it's level 27. Alright, so this wild lass, what she got for me? What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Red to the better end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. I get it, but you're trying to fight fire with fire, and on top of that, like, that fire is already bad. Alright, we got a hunting knife. Like, they're obviously trying to plan a summoning, but I don't know what they're doing because they're trusting Masked Guy. Gone, the whole lot of them. It is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands, but what exactly is it they mean to do? There you go. Here's the knife, here's the map. What is this? A hunting knife and a map of Sandrak. Wait, you said Rilrid spoke of crystals, did you not? And it couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness. Young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. And they're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Well, and on top of that, the Amalja Might not have enough. Yes, getting close to a dungeon. Getting close to one. Which is good. We haven't seen much action here lately. Like, it's been a lot of me just going back and forth and talking to people with the occasional, oh, hey, let's go get some antelope pork. You know, like, nothing too terribly exciting happening here lately. We definitely need me to get the Healy stick out. Okay. I mean, we have a solo instance here. Because of these dummies. Yeah. Duty calls. Commits battle for trouble in Little Alamigo. And if I'm... So since I'm above level 31, I'm going to be synced down to 31. That's fine. I haven't done the level 35 White Mage quest yet, so that's fine. Oh, Red, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We planned to sneak into Sandrak and make off with the lizardman's cash, but they caught us and so many dead. God, just forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. Yeah, like... Yeah, now you guys are just going to become offerings to Ifrit. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of Alamigan people. This hope I will guard with my life. I forgot I have the stick with a face on it. Stick has a face, you guys. I forgot. Let's make sure I get it done and everything. Alright. So, Will Red's over there just like sobbing and crying because, you know, why wouldn't he be? Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I do too. I really like the one with the talking face. That one is one of my favorites, particularly at the lower levels. But for now, I shall be happy with just having my little voodoo-looking face here. Oh. Okay, it's our guy that's doing some healing. Okay. I'm just going to be green DPS and let him do his crap. Wait. Who? Oh, they're tempered. Okay. I was like, excuse me? These are not amalgas. Crap that. No, I don't want to die. Well, you should have thought about that before you started this crap. Okay, this guy with the tiny stick needs to go away. Yeah, I didn't really remember them trying to summon Ralgar either. But, like, as soon as they started to say that these young people were meeting with the masked man, I was like, oh, crap. They're going to summon a primal. And then I was like, well, what primal would they be summoning? Because primals are gods. And I was like, well, the Alamegans, since they worship Ralgar, that would be the one that they would try to summon. Is they would try to summon Ralgar to destroy their enemies. Like that was the only thing that made sense to me. I was like, I did not really remember any of this stuff. But as I said, it's been so long since I've done all of this that, and honestly, when I was doing this for the first time, this was all very much going over my head. I was like, I don't remember this. But yeah, I was like, he's getting mixed up with a masked guy. That masked guy's going to try to get him into summoning stuff, and they're going to be summoning gods and primals. So it's gotta be Ralgar, since they're Alamegan. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a woman like you. Yeah, my stick is awesome. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Well, wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. You, sweet summer child. Oh my gosh. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those temperatures? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar. He swore... Yeah, he didn't tell you everything. Like, yeah, you could potentially defeat the Empire, but you'd be a madman. Just constantly just trying to summon Ralgar for the rest of your life. And more than likely, you wouldn't live that long. So, not a good idea. Enough. I will hear the rest of this story, or this sorry tale, back at Little Alamigo. I dare say Boba will wish to hear it as well. Yeah, because I already had to deal with a bunch of tempered people from Ifrit. Like, I don't need more. Don't need more of that. I mean, it's fair as to why he wouldn't know that, but it's also a matter of he's useful and he didn't have all the information. He only took in what he wanted to hear from the masked man and was just like, oh, well, we're going to do it then because that's everything I want to do. All right, no more lies. Will tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralgar, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we could do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. That is not what anyone is saying, Wilred. That's not what anyone's saying. Like, it's fine to be hopeful. It's fine to have those aspirations and want more for your people. But when someone approaches you with something that seems like a fix-all solution, maybe step back and realize, hey, maybe there are some things that I need to check here. Like, he might have an ulterior motive here. Like, just think about it for more than 2 seconds. Especially when it's like, oh, you're hearing everything you want to hear. Like, it kind of sounded like it was something that was too good to be true. Like, oh, you just need some crystals and you can summon a god and that god will destroy all of your enemies for you? That sounds absolutely amazing. Everyone would be signing right up if there weren't dire consequences. Like, logic is not strong with him. Like, he didn't necessarily have to know about the dire consequences, but it's like, yes, there are going to be consequences. Like, there is no absolutely fix everything and everything be jolly perfect all the time kind of thing. Like, ah. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I mean, I like that he like completely flipped his script here. Like he was wholly against us, but as soon as we got another Alamigan on board with us, he was like, "All right, outsider, I like you." And now I like have his unwavering trust, it seems like. Despite the fact that I come up to his kneecap. Now, Wilred, on the other hand, like it would make more sense for Wilred to be like, "Okay, I trust you now. Like you just saved my hide here." That makes more sense to me. And like now, if I was to have everybody's trust, it makes more sense because it's like, okay, I didn't have to help you guys, but I did. And obviously I was concerned about this masked man because it seems like he tends to show up shortly before summonings start to happen. And people get tempered and crap. So, like, he's trying to stir the pot. So, how about we try to not have the pot get stirred? And try to diffuse the situation before it gets stirred? Anyway, he's like, "I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me. And sorry I tried to kill you." Alright, you can keep your kneecaps. For now, at least. At least for now. At least you apologize for trying to kill me, and you didn't call me a bitch. "My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Well, Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome there." Yeah, like these people, I'm like, you know what? You guys came around to me and all that stuff. Unlike Ursula, who was just a complete and total jerk and called me a bitch. So, you know what? You know what? You guys are cool in my book. Ursula, though, I mean, totally okay with the fact that he got tempered and had to be dealt with. Like, all right. Let's see. So, again, I'm just gonna. Up to level 35, up to level 35. Okay, so like sleeping potions and paralyzing potions are really. So one of the things that I'm also kind of thinking about as I'm going through some of these rewards is in the back of my mind, I am thinking a little bit about an instance called Palace of the Dead, which is a deep dungeon in this game. And with this deep dungeon, you progress from levels 1 to 50 as far as your character's level within it, and the enemies get more and more difficult as you progress through that dungeon. Potions like these can be particularly useful if you are going through a deep dungeon like that completely solo. However, you want to take note of certain things, like with this paralyzing potion that I have on the screen at the moment, it says effective on most targets up to level 35. So it's not going to be helpful throughout the entirety of the Dead, as an example. So it's like things like these can be useful outside of open world content or even dungeons. Like you do have your deep dungeons and all that stuff that you can also consider them. I'm just going to grab one and probably just keep in the back of my mind that I'm probably going to vendor that later on anyway. That's probably going to be most of the time what would happen with that stuff anyway. Yeah, okay. I'm very confused by this little splash image that we've got here for this quest. Like, what is going on here? what is going on with I'm wishes me well on my investigation. So I'm just going to hit accept so we can figure out what's going on in that splash image because I'm very, very intrigued. What is with those robes? They seem a little fancy for my Almegans that are hiding in a cave, right? All right. So Gunnabald says, would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilwood told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. All right, so I need to go back to Memphilia. I don't actually have a prey return to the Waking Sands this time, though. Just get to use an Aetheryte ticket, but no true prey return. No true prey return, unfortunately, this time. So I don't get to increase that timer or that marker. I know. I didn't have anybody call and say prey return. So sad. So sad. So sad and unfortunate, but to make it better, we get to see Tataru. And apparently someone is sitting with Tataru. But we have Tataru. Look at Tataru. She's so adorable. Good day, Boba. I trust your investigation is faring well. Like she's just chilling there. So happy. Such a happy Tataru. So good to see her. Alright, and okay, Thancred's still sulking over here. Okay, so it just he said the same thing that he did before. He's just sitting there thinking about how best to proceed because he's still kind of kicking himself a bit for what happened with Ifrit. So he's still just kind of chilling there and thinking about what he could do to kind of make up for the fact that he messed up. Because he feels horrible that if we weren't blessed with the power of the Echo, that like we would have been tempered and we would be dead. And one of the purposes that for him being partnered with us for that Holy Ifrit investigation was to serve as my introductory investigation to the Scions and everything, and he feels like he didn't properly support me in that investigation because I very easily could have died. And he's like, no, I should have been there with you. And I was like, dude, you would have been tempered. You would have been tempered, man. You don't have the Echo. Like, do you think you should have died? Like, I get it. Like, if I were in his shoes, I'd be kicking myself too. But not being in his shoes, I'm like, dude, it's fine. Fine. All's well that ends well, right? Like, I wouldn't say ended well, but like, the reasons he's kicking, or the reasons he's giving himself for kicking himself is, it's like, those parts ended fine. Was it the best investigation ever? No, but things happen. Okay, let me try that again. And not mess up on the word welcome. Welcome back, Boba. I'm reliably informed on the... I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Lil Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Plain of the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say, precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. It's so funny talking about La Habrea right now because I've been playing Tomodachi Life and I've been making it's all Final Fantasy 14 based, and so far quite a few of the characters I've made on there are Asians. So naturally, La Habrea is one of them. And I've got like a very funny direction with him. Like he's not the pot stirrer that he is right now. Though I did give him a creepy voice though. Like he sounds super creepy. And he doesn't necessarily get along with everybody. super well, but there are some other Asians that are definitely more of the pot stirrers than what he is. Like, he's not much of a pot stirrer. And so it's like, just knowing that right now we're dealing with La Brea and dealing with the fact that he's a pot stirrer, I'm just like, I just made him so different on that game. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamities, some are being brought about by malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Memphilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Oh, Tataru. Oh, Tataru. Oh, I love her shenanigans over there. I love her. She's like, I'm just gonna run away now. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further on the investigation. I don't think Memphilia appreciated being called dull. It's like, well, considering you stand behind a desk and bark orders at all of us, like, of course you're going to come off as dull. Alright, we have a new lead. We have a new lead to pursue. While you were tending to business at Thanaland, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends, Sylphs. Do I get to go play with my cabbage friends again? I feel so welcome amongst them because we're all the same height. So, can I go hang out with them again? An individual fitting La Brea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. Well, if willing, we will pick up La Brea's trail once more. Roxia can flourish you with the details. Or can furnish, not flourish. Furnish you with the details. Pray speak to her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Boba. Okay. Oh. For some reason I was like, why am I still getting the Waking Sands here for my map? I forgot Neroxia is here at the Waking Sands. She is not in the 12th at the moment. She came here to supply us with information. So alright, Neroxia. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One. Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Bedroid had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Bedroid. Digging One is to be found at Foulgourd Float in the North Shroud. Oh, hey, good. That will actually take me to about where I need to be for my White Mage quest anyway, so. And I am not attuned. Oh, no, it's not. It's in, it's, elsewhere. I guess I could. Let me just return to Gridania. That's going to be a better path forward. Yeah, that's exactly where I was thinking of going. I was like, it's just going to be easier to just go here. And go out go out that yellow serpent gate. And drive on over. Because I could go, like, I haven't unlocked this particular gate yet in Gridania yet. I can at this point, I just haven't done it yet. But it gives me a good opportunity to be able to drive through the North Shroud a little bit. Just because we haven't been in the North Shroud all that much since the very, very beginning. Like, may as well just drive over here. But I could also always return to Gridania and very quickly unlock the other gate in the stupid construction. Anyhow, I could go back and unlock that other gate in the Central Shroud easily enough. Like, it's just a quick little turn in. Like, basically, you talk to the same NPC a couple times, and it takes, like, no time at all. All right, Medrod. Please leave me be. I am not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Wait, what? Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Calm down, man. Calm down. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true. That hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance, a masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. See, the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. Okay. What? You're investigating the same masked man? Yes. If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. That's totally fair. Not wanting to suffer from this guy. Like, be like, know what? I'll help you so long as this guy's not gonna freak out ever again. Like, all right, teamwork. That's what I wanted to. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. The least I could do to repay her for comforting me. Okay. Apparently all I have to do is comfort people and they'll be like, yeah, guess what? We're gonna help you. Okay. That's a proposal for this investigation. And so here's what I want to know about the death. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Oh. Okay. Among the local fauna, only the scale skin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. Somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures, and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Right. Sure. That's totally going to, yeah. Taking down 3 of them. Totally going to do it. Alright. Let's take out these Ziz real quick. I mean, at least it's a little bit of combat. It's not much combat, but we've got a little bit of combat here. Let's see, how long do I have before our return timer? Okay, ready in 9 minutes. I am gonna go ahead and teleport back to Gridania so I could show unlocking that gate real quick. And then I will have to end stream like a little bit early because I hear my daughter is panicky right now. So with the Ethernet here, so we can see with our map, we have quite a few different gates. So Yellow Serpent Gate was the one that I went out before, but there's also another gate in the that goes to Central Sprout, which is the White Wolf Gate, but that doesn't come up on the list automatically like the other ones do. And that is because unlike some of the other exits for the other areas, that particular area has a lot of baddies that are higher level around it. So they want to make sure that you don't go running out that gate as a level 1 and get your face absolutely pummeled. However, being able to use that gate can be really, really helpful. So to unlock that gate, I'm just going to go over here real quick. And I should be able to just easily open or get past this gate because I am level 35 at the time. So talking to this guy, he is going to give you an idea of what you need to do. So he's like, you stand before the White Wolf Gate. This region beyond is rife with danger, and I'm not authorized to pass untried adventurers like yourself. So he basically just confirmed that, nah, you can't get through that. So I'm trying to remember exactly where that quest is. Broadening. Yeah. I do appreciate you helping me, Cookie. But I do want to make sure that I also figure this stuff out as independently as I possibly can, just because I want to do this as much like a Sprout would, to illustrate it as best as possible for Sprout. Like that was let's see. So no, those are not high enough level, not high enough level, not high enough level. Yeah, right. Healer, it's like, you defeated Ifrit, but we don't know if you're powerful enough to get through here yet. I think it was actually this person that I was just thinking, the Broadening Horizons one, because I was like, that's level 29. Yeah, that's what I meant to grab. I went all the way over to the markets by mistake there. But yeah, at the main Aetheryte Plaza, this NPC should have a level 29 quest, because you should be able to pass through that gate at least by level 30. Because like I said, there are a lot of baddies that are there that are higher level, and they don't want you to go out there at level 1 and get your face completely obliterated. That's what the treants are for, right? Like if you accidentally happen to tick them off when they're level 14. But keep in mind that these guys are level 30, so they're going to smash you even more meanly than a level 14 treant is. So Boba, is it not? I've been following your exploit with great interest. You have served Gridania well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come, as with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this passage is so... I'm not even going to butcher that guy's name. At the Gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, as I'm sure news of your deeds will reach me again ere long. Yeah, so she gives you the permission there, and then we can run all the way over. So just running all the way over there, like I did before, he's going to turn you away. Despite, exactly as Euler pointed out, you defeated Ifrit, you've already proven that you can handle this crap. They're still going to be like, no. Like, you don't have permission to go through here. Even if, like my character, you came for Gridania, they know of your exploits and everything. They're still going to be like, no, you don't have the explicit permission to go through here. Let's just talk to the NPC that is by the main Aetheryte. Then you can go talk to super long name that I'm going to completely butcher if I try to pronounce it on screen or on stream here. And you show him proof that you can go through, and then he's going to be like, okay. And at that point, it will also come up on the Aetheryte options. But you do have to go through this process to unlock this particular gate. Only those who possess a gate may pass through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. You have papers, let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go and save you, Boba. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. And of course, it's going to ask you, like, what accessory do you want? I don't want any of those earrings because, well, I have the Azima's earrings, so I don't want that one. And now we can be right out of the White Wolf Gate instead of having to go through just the Blue Badger Gate. You have now two options for going into the Central Shroud based upon which particular location is better equipped for you. But as you can see, like, there's level 29 stuff, like, right there. And they will aggro on site, as opposed to the things that are out of the Blue Badger Gate. That one is only going to be level 1 stuff, at most like level 5 stuff, closer to the gate, stuff that you could handle at level 1. But here, these things, like, we have a level 31 lindworms. Like, they will come and they will eat you if you are level 1. So that's why they don't give you access to it immediately at level 1, but it is a very stretched out zone, so they want to give you multiple places for quick access. Now, that being said, I do have to end stream just a little bit early because my daughter was freaking out and everything, so I want to make sure that she is okay. So I do apologize for ending stream a little bit early. As always, thank you all so much for joining me for stream. I am going to raid out. Let's see who all we've got here. Let's see. I'm trying to find one. Okay, I found a stream. So if you stick around on Twitch, I am going to be streaming you out. Again, thank you all so much. I'm sorry to rush off of here and end stream so early. But again, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope to see you all on Wednesday. I will be streaming again at noon. I haven't quite decided yet what I will be streaming, but I will make sure I include that within my announcement as far as what I plan to do. But have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I see you all Wednesday.